Monday, ladies and gentlemen, my $112,600 dividend portfolio hitting all-time highs. We're going to look at all the companies, everything going on, along with everything I'm doing as a passive income investor to continue my financial independence, retire early journey. Let's get ready. Welcome back, my Monday passive income investors. Today, important news, guys. Even with all the volatility going on in the market, which we're going to take a look at the portfolio in a second, update you guys on a ton of cool stuff. But essentially with GEO, and Tesla, my prison stock, and we all know Tesla, guys, have been the main thing dragging my entire market down. My portfolio down. But thanks to Apple and Microsoft, they've been really pushing it to all-time highs, which is great because, as you guys know, I plan on selling a percentage of my Apple soon. I'll explain all that when I head over to the computer. But as for some other updates, guys, I got my tickets booked. I'm going to be heading San Diego for the Stocktoberfest, my favorite stock forum, Stock Twits. You guys can follow me there. If you don't know Stock Twits, I've been on it for years. I joke, I troll, I talk about legit stuff, show some of my positions. I just have a lot of fun on there, and they actually invited me to go do a performance because I'm a full-time magician along with a financial talk at the Stocktoberfest in San Diego, which is one heck of a flight considering I'm only flying there for one day and then flying home. I'm not even staying the night. On top of that, guys, I want to tell you one more really quick thing. I'm doing a show as a full-time magician. I rented a theater. I posted about that earlier, about renting a theater and putting on a big show. So I actually have tickets available right now, and I'm doing some giveaways. If you guys are in Toronto or the Ontario area and you're going to be around Markham and you want to come to my show, I have a ton of tickets available right now, and you can just comment in the comment section below and say I want tickets, and maybe I will reply and just politely mail them to you if you do decide you want to come. But let's head over to the computer, guys. We got a lot to analyze, so come on, we got to get going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick update on the show before we jump into the portfolio here. We can see these are my sponsored seats, the ones on the side and these upper ones, but these are all the ones that people have been booking. We have a lot of random seats being taken up, as we can see, as they slowly begin to sell. I'm really hoping we see you guys there, and let me know again in the comments section below what's going on, but this is the show that I'm putting on, the history of magic, guys. As we go into Stocktoberfest, here's the event for that, Stock Twits that I mentioned, guys. I'm really looking forward to this as well, so I'm hoping to see maybe some of you there, but I'll definitely be blogging some of the videos to send to you guys on this channel, so consider subscribing. This is coming September. Actually, these are back-to-back. My big show is on September 26th, and then literally I'm flying down to San Diego to do this talk. But let's get right into the portfolio, shall we? Starting with a tax-free savings account. We've got $206 in dividends slowly pumping their way in. This will be at $500 by tomorrow. I have dividends coming in end of today, so looking forward to them big, fat, juicy dividends. And as we can take a look, guys, the bank came back a little bit, not as much as I'd like, as I'm down almost 2,000 on this position. I'm still waiting for them banks, man. Them banks. But as I said, guys, with Apple, the ones that I'm actually paying attention to, I will be liquidating out of some, not all of this. Don't get me wrong. There's no way I'm getting rid of all of this position. I just want to get rid of just a few thousand to buy some MO, Altria Group, along with this wonderful BTI company right here. These are the companies that I'm looking to leverage into a little further. And then we can see Microsoft. They're the main drivers of this whole portfolio right now, is Apple and Microsoft. But we all know my tax-free savings account. All the dividends that come in here are tax-free, and that's why I want to get them up a little bit higher. But I still want the growth aspect of it, so I'm never going to sell all of Apple or Microsoft. Actually, Microsoft's a finished position. I will no longer be adding or taking away from this. And same with Apple. Once I scale down a bit in Apple, it'll be a finalized position, and then I just need to finalize a few more. I might be buying some GEO here sooner or later, just because it's way too low. You want to see the dividend on GTO is on GEO is almost 12%. My goodness, almost 12% because of the news. But the earnings are going to come out. I think this thing's going to pop on earnings. I honestly think the earnings aren't going to be half bad. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a financial expert. Yeah, I like to pretend that I am, but at the same time, I don't see it going much lower than this on earnings. Moving into the managed account, which is what I keep saying I'm going to be doing here, guys, is I got $5,638 waiting to be transferred. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to wait for earnings on British American Tobacco. I actually have finalized positions in British American Tobacco. I hold about 12,000, give or take, in Canadian dollars of this company, and I'm up quite healthily on this account with it. So what I'm going to do is wait for earnings to come out, because I think earnings are going to actually be okay. I want to get through the earnings volatility, and I'm hoping this goes up a little higher, and I'm going to sell out of this, add it to this total position right here, and I'm going to ship all of that money down into the US into a company called Empire. So if you guys don't know what Empire Flipper is, it is this website where you can buy, trade, sell online businesses, and I plan on buying a business in relation to my YouTube channel, something finance related that I can hopefully grow. These businesses range everywhere from like $20,000 to multi-million-dollar businesses. Like this one's $27 million, but its monthly net profit is $768,000. I'm going to use this to mitigate my tax, so I can defer from paying any tax. I'll probably even show a loss because I'm going to finance half of this deal. But essentially, this is the website that I want to use to purchase an online business to increase my cash flow and not have to pay any tax this year, while I continue to build up funds to purchase a piece of real estate, possibly for an Airbnb. But let's head back into the managed account here, not this account, but the managed account. So that's what I'm going to do with BTI. I need to require a down payment to even look at these businesses. So I'm going to put all of this money into here, give them the down payment required, and just start analyzing businesses. It's a fully refundable down payment. It's just to prove that you have the funds available to not waste their time. And I think it's going to be a really good learning experience for me as well, because all the money in here I have to pay tax on. So what I'm going to try and do this year is get all of these positions. They're going to be a little bit smaller, but like I said, I'm going to sell Apple, some of my bank stocks to buy into my tax-free savings account, Altria Group, British American Tobacco, and a little bit of Tesla. But I'm mainly focused on getting these into my tax-free savings account first, because I really don't own that much of Tesla right now to worry too much about that position. But we're getting there one step at a time, guys. And finally, the new account. This is what I'm going to use to buy a property with. I'm going to draw against my RSP. So I put a little bit of money in here just so I wouldn't touch it. I just wanted to get this started. So I put $4,000 in here, and I'm just going to leave this alone for now and probably for a year or two. I'm going to try and add little bits here and there to it, because this is also deferred income I won't pay tax on. And I put it into a really safe index fund just to compare, just to make sure that I'm not taking on too much risk or volatility in case the market decides to turn the other way and I still want to use this to buy a house. I don't want to be out too much money if I decide I have to sell it. But in the meantime, even if I don't sell it, I think it's a great position just to leave here to help diversify my portfolio further. And I got a little bit of extra capital in here to invest at some point as well, maybe when I add a bit more or when the dividends come in. Now, I haven't talked too much about the dividends, guys, because they've been lowered. I haven't added these up just yet because we got about 1,208 US, 1,968 CAD, and then in the other account right now we've dripping about 1,000. And this is coming off these two companies that I'm going to be selling soon anyways. So these companies are going to get liquidated. So I'm not really relying on this part too much. And then on top of that, we got 68 coming out of my RRSP, my registered retired savings plan. So essentially when I sell out of Apple, a bit of it out of Apple and a bit out of some of my bank stocks here, when this gets a little higher, I'll leverage a little bit down out of Canadian Imperial Bank, and then I'm going to slowly start diversing it into some other companies, guys. So that way my dividends will increase because I'll be buying higher yielding companies, and I'll be diversifying from any real risk. So hopefully it stabilizes my portfolio. I might not be getting the growth aspects of it, but I will be getting some more stability. And like I said, guys, we are just waiting on a few more dividends coming out today. We've got July 29th for Canadian Imperial Bank. We've got Bank of Nova Scotia paying out a quarterly today. These look like fat, chunky checks that are going to be coming in. And then on top of that, we got this one already from GEO Group, which is where that last dividend came from. But other than that, guys, something fun to look at. I don't think I have much else to talk about today. I just really wanted to quickly go over the portfolio to show you guys what was going on. I hope you stick around for my financial independence retire early journey here, guys, as I continue to fight to prove myself in that it is possible to find means to passive income in a much shorter period of time than retiring when you're 65. So stay cool, stay awesome. I look forward to chatting to you real soon.